Hey, welcome to This Explainer. If you've ever been hanging outside on a super warm July evening and just wondered why the sun is still shining high in the sky when you're literally getting ready for bed, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today we're going to unpack both the science and, honestly, the magic behind why our summer days stretch on for so incredibly long. So let's just dive right in.
So why do summer days last so much longer? I mean, throughout the year, our days and nights obviously get longer and shorter as the seasons change. But what's actually causing that massive difference?
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Earth's magical tilt, the mechanics of our planet. Okay, so to understand this, we really need to zoom out into space. There are two basic fundamental movements our planet is making right this very second. Step 1, the Earth spins on its axis. Think of it kind of like a basketball spinning on your finger. Every single complete rotation takes exactly 24 hours, and that gives us one full cycle of day and night. But while it's spinning, it's also traveling. That's step 2. The Earth orbits around the sun. And this massive journey, that takes an entire year to complete the whole shebang. But here is where things get really interesting, and it all comes down to one absolutely critical number, 23.5. Honestly, this isn't just some random math figure. It's the absolute secret behind why you even get a summer break at all. See, our Earth doesn't actually spin perfectly straight up and down. Nope, it's tilted. It leans at an angle of exactly 23.5 degrees. And you know what? That exact tilt literally changes everything. Because the Earth doesn't spin on a perfectly vertical axis as we travel on that big year-long orbit around the sun, different parts of our planet are pointing either directly at the sun or away from the sun at different times. So the really crucial takeaway here is that the amount of sunlight reaching your specific neighborhood is constantly changing depending on exactly where the Earth is in its orbit.
Which brings us right to Section 2, the longest day, when the sun just won't quit.
So, what is the summer solstice? By definition, it's the exact moment when a hemisphere's angle of tilt towards the sun is at its absolute greatest. When the North Pole is tilted towards the sun, boom, it's summer in the northern hemisphere. The summer solstice happens exactly when that tilt hits its peak. Because your half of the Earth is leaning into the light, kind of like a houseplant reaching toward a window, you get the absolute most hours of daylight. It's officially the longest day of the entire year.
But let's look at how this creates a totally different reality for the bottom half of the globe. While the northern hemisphere has its north pole tilted toward the sun for the summer solstice, the southern hemisphere is pointing away from it. And that exact moment in December when the northern hemisphere is tilted furthest away from the sun, well, that's our winter solstice, the shortest day with the absolute fewest hours of daylight. But because the southern hemisphere points toward the sun right when we point away, the people living down there experience their seasons and solstices at the exact opposite time of year.
I really love this quote from our source data because it just hits the nail on the head. When it is winter in the UK, it is actually summer in Australia. Simple, right? So if you're freezing in London on your shortest, darkest day of the year in December, a teenager in Sydney is probably hanging out at the beach, soaking up their longest, brightest day of the year. It's just a complete flip. But hey, this isn't just a UK thing. While people in the northern hemisphere are having their summer solstice, those in the southern hemisphere are having their winter solstice. And tons of varying festivals and celebrations are held across both hemispheres, each with their own unique traditions. Not everyone throws a massive festival, of course, but it's a globally recognized, genuinely cool way to mark the passing of the seasons. So, I'll leave you with this question. How will you mark the passing of the seasons and enjoy the longest day?